contemporary responses to modern skepticism. As we delve deeper into the realm of epistemology, the challenge of skepticism continues to be a central concern. How can we know anything with certainty when faced with the possibility of radical doubt, such as the idea that we might be deceived by an evil genius or living in a computer simulation? While these skeptical scenarios have been long-standing puzzles in philosophy, contemporary thinkers have developed a range of responses that aim to counter these doubts and restore confidence in our knowledge. In this section, we will explore several influential contemporary approaches to skepticism, each offering a different strategy for addressing skeptical challenges. We will begin with contextualism, which suggests that the standards for knowledge shift depending on the context. We will then turn to G. Moore's common sense approach, which famously asserted that we can know basic truths about the world with certainty. Following this, we will examine semantic externalism, which argues that the meanings of our words and thoughts are shaped by external factors, thus grounding our knowledge in the world. We will also discuss epistemological externalism, which maintains that the justification for our beliefs can depend on factors outside our awareness. Another key approach is inference to the best explanation, IBE, which contends that the best explanation for our experiences is that they accurately reflect reality. Finally, we will consider Jim Pryor's dogmatism, which defends the idea that we can have immediate justification for our beliefs without needing to rule out skeptical possibilities. Each of these approaches offers a unique perspective on how we can respond to skepticism and what it means to truly know something. Contextualism, shifting standards in the face of skepticism. In the ongoing philosophical struggle against skepticism, one compelling response comes from the approach known as contextualism. Contextualism suggests that the standards for what counts as knowledge or justified belief are not fixed, but can vary depending on the context in which a claim is made. This approach offers a nuanced way to address Cartesian skepticism, which questions our ability to know anything beyond our immediate perceptions, such as the possibility that we are deceived by an evil genius or living in a simulation. To understand contextualism, it's essential to distinguish between sentences, the specific language constructs we use, and the propositions they convey, which represent the underlying informational content. The meaning of a sentence can change depending on the context in which it is spoken. For example, the English sentence, "It is raining," conveys the same proposition as the Spanish sentence, "Está lloviendo." But the specific context, like the time and place of the rain, can alter what the sentence means in a given situation. Contextualism applies this idea to the concept of justification. According to contextualists like Stuart Cohen and David Lewis, the standards for what counts as justified belief can shift based on the context of the conversation. In everyday situations, the threshold for justification might be low. When you casually assert, "I know I have hands," this belief is easily justified without much scrutiny. However, in a philosophical debate, the standards rise dramatically, and the same assertion might fail to be justified when subjected to intense skepticism. This variability in justification standards allows contextualism to provide a response to Cartesian skepticism. In ordinary contexts, the argument for skepticism that we might be deceived about everything we believe does not hold the same weight as it does in a more rigorous philosophical setting. In casual conversation, we are justified in rejecting skeptical scenarios, but in a philosophical context, the same skeptical concerns might seem more credible. Contextualism thus portrays the skeptical argument as having different strengths depending on the context, making it both sound and unsound based on where and how it is discussed. However, contextualism is not without its challenges. While it successfully explains why we might feel justified in rejecting skepticism in everyday life, it struggles to provide a definitive argument against skepticism in more demanding contexts. Skeptics can argue that even the most minimal standards of justification are impossible to meet, regardless of the context, leaving contextualism with the burden of proving that our everyday standards of knowledge are sufficient to counter skeptical doubts. Moreover, contextualism intersects with another philosophical view known as subject-sensitive invariantism. This perspective agrees that the standards for justification can vary, but it attributes this variation to the stakes involved for the individual rather than the context of the conversation. For example, If someone casually believes that there's orange juice in the fridge, a vague memory might suffice. But if the person is diabetic and urgently needs the juice, the same belief might require stronger justification. Both contextualism and subject-sensitive invariantism challenge traditional skepticism by suggesting that our standards for knowledge and belief are more flexible than skeptics assume. They invite us to consider how our understanding of knowledge changes with context and personal stakes, offering a richer, more dynamic view of epistemology that reflects the complexity of our everyday experiences. In conclusion, contextualism provides a powerful tool for responding to skepticism by highlighting the shifting standards of justification across different contexts. While it doesn't completely disarm the skeptical challenge, it offers a way to understand why our everyday beliefs can be justified even if they wouldn't hold up under the most intense philosophical scrutiny. By embracing the insights of contextualism, we can better appreciate the nuanced nature of knowledge and the role that context plays in shaping our beliefs about the world.